Hey YouTube, hey subscribers, thanks for tuning in. Unfortunately, many marriage relationships fail. The statistics as of 2017 shows about 42% of all marriages ending in divorce. This is down from previous years, but still very close to half. One would have to wonder why people get it wrong so often, or what leads to married couples ultimately getting a divorce. How could two people who were so in love end up absolutely hating each other? We know that the number one cited reason is finances, followed up by infidelity, inability to communicate, and other irreconcilable differences. I want to focus on the irreconcilable differences. I have always been intrigued by this term and concept. Legally, it's defined as a no-fault divorce, which means neither party committed any sort of extenuating act, such as adultery, abandonment, or extreme cruelty. In other words, no-fault divorce is just like it sounds. No single party is at fault for the breakdown of the marriage. I have always felt there was more to the story than this, and now, after having researched and learned so much about the disorder of narcissism over the past few years, I can confidently say that irreconcilable differences arise out of the presence of at least one narcissist and potentially two narcissists. I would venture to say there's only one narcissist present because two narcs either would have never gotten married in the first place or would continually cancel each other out during the relationship. In other words, they are both so toxic, one's toxicity cancels out the other, enabling them to last well into the future. If there's only one narc present, however, the other party or target will get exhausted and worn out by it all. Let's break down the actual word irreconcilable. To reconcile means to restore friendly relations between, to cause to coexist in harmony, to make or show to be compatible. The prefix "ir" means not or without. So in other words, we are unable to make things friendly between us again, implying that things were friendly once. We can't patch it up. We can't fix it. So tell me, what would cause two willing people to not be able to resolve a situation? Could it be things like stubbornness, refusal to take responsibility, refusal to retrace events or backtrack, refusal to say "I'm sorry," refusal to discuss an issue, wild defensiveness when an issue is brought up, repetition of the event or action that caused problems to begin with? Could it be these things? If so, the person who is doing the refusing is more than likely a narcissist. The narcissist, above all other things, is going to refuse to work out issues with you. In their arrogance and in their ignorance, they believe that these things will simply go away because they want them to, or because it is a new day. They neglect the compounding effect of ignoring problems until it is literally too late. Then when you consider that to effectively treat NPD, it takes 5 to 10 years, what hope is there for the marriage if the narcissist is not receiving regular ongoing treatment? Many couples attempt couples therapy, but it is an exercise in futility because one person absolutely refuses to participate in a meaningful way. To participate represents a loss to the narcissist, and they do not want to lose. Part of their power has been the resistance. To finally stop resisting and cooperate is a heavy wound to the narcissistic ego. You must understand that. What the narcissist would much prefer for your marriage is for you to shut up. What you fail to realize is your relationship would go on indefinitely if you just shut your mouth and hit reset the following day. Even if you start to experience real consequences of their behavior, like bankruptcy, losing homes, losing cars, you slap a smile on that face and you keep it moving. This is what the narcissist would appreciate from you. I believe there's hope for individuals who are open to discussion and change. We weren't born knowing how to interact with each other, so we have to stay open to learning how to do that, especially with a spouse. But if your spouse is obstinate, arrogant, rude, stubborn, irresponsible, short-sighted, and unwilling to discuss any of it, I can guarantee your marriage will end in divorce. Even if you never go through with a legal divorce, your relationship will reach some form of an end. I tell you this to end the mental turmoil you may be experiencing in regard to the question, will it work out? The answer is probably not. Past a certain age, we shouldn't be begging for another adult to hear us. Many issues are easily resolved with a simple conversation and basic logic. If an adult human can't grant you those things, you do not have a future with that adult human. I hope this message gives those of you in the situation some peace, and I hope it helps those of you possibly getting ready to enter into a situation like this the opportunity to avoid it. I do have a book in the Amazon Kindle store on this topic. Check it out in the description box below. Take care, everybody. I hope you're all doing well. And as always, I grant you the permission to exist. Bye-bye.